I'm here today with a quick product review for the Instead Softcup. Ladies, this is for you and for you only. So come in close. We're going to talk about some personal things for ladies only. And I'd like to know, raise your hand, who uses Instead? Anybody? Anybody? Okay. So if it's you, please let me know. You'll find it on the feminine product aisle in a variety of stores. It's not sold everywhere, so you'll have to look for it. And if you're it can be used just like a tampon or pad during that time of the month. So I am today going to show you what you will get inside that little box. So first of all, I want to talk to you about where you can find Instead. It's probably the only brand of its kind you will ever see in a store here in the US. So you might see tons of different types of maxi pads, a variety of different types of tampons, and the one box of Instead. It's the only product like it. You won't find any other product like it here in the US as of at this time. The Instead. I have one here. So once you open the box, inside you will see these individually wrapped purple packets, and inside of this package, it's for display purposes only, so I can show you ladies what this is all about. This is what you get. This is the Instead Softcup. So maybe I'll hold it here again so you can see. So this is what you get inside of the box. This is the Instead Softcup. Now, the reason you might choose to use something like Instead instead of a maxi pad or a tampon, it's like a rubber, it has a rubber rim and a plastic here, some plastic which makes it in the shape of a cup. So basically this is designed to go inside of your body and catch your menstrual flow. It's a messy job, but we got to do it. So anyway, let me give you a little background about why I started using Instead. I started my period around 12 years old, and from the very beginning I've always had very heavy periods. And you know, I'm sure many of you have had that experience where you've had leakage and spotting and all these embarrassing situations. Number one, I hated wearing huge pads, which felt bulky and just gross. And tampons, I tried using tampons, but I don't know, they just didn't really work for me. They didn't really work at all for me. My flow was so heavy, as well as I read a lot, and basically a lot of the information came to me that it would be dangerous to use the largest size tampon. You could contract some type of toxic shock syndrome. So I didn't know the details. When I found out about Instead and I started using them, I've been hooked ever since, and they've become a necessity in my life. I thank God they're available. The honest truth, ladies, when it's that time of the month and you're wearing pads, whether you think so or not, people know. I mean, I know, I'm a woman. I know when it's that time of the month if you have a pad on, because you can smell the blood. And it's not about if you're unclean or being funky, not like that, but you know, blood does have a distinct smell. And even though it's still inside of your clothes, it's evident around you. So people around you will know that you are on your period because you have a smell that follows you once the blood has left your body. And I didn't like that. I don't like it when I smell other women. And so basically what Instead does, as you can see here, it fits inside of your vagina. It goes in, you insert it into your vagina, and this rubber rim basically creates a seal around your cervix so that the blood will not leak out. And the entire time that you're wearing it, this cup here, you see it has a lot of space. There's a lot of room here for collection, which is going to be, you know, it's inside your body, so it's going to be. So this cup basically collects the blood, and when it's working properly, it just stays inside of your body and not leak out. And that is the magic of the Instead. Now, like I said, I've been using this. It was a challenge in the beginning. I will admit, I was young. I was very young when I started using it. I was still a teenager. So it was a challenge figuring out how to use it, but over time I've gotten very comfortable with it, and now it's easy and I love it. So what you will do, I'm just going to use this as an example. So this will be your vaginal opening, and what you do is, while you find a comfortable position, I'll be honest with you, I usually do it while I'm seated on the toilet or something like that. You want to squeeze it together like this. You want to squeeze it together, and then you basically will insert it like this into your vagina. So it goes into your vagina, whoop, all the way in, and basically what it does, it fits right in there. Your body will typically tend to catch it. So basically what it's going to do is slip around the opening of your cervix. It's going to slip around your cervix and fit securely in that space. Now, it's very similar to a diaphragm. If you've ever used a diaphragm for birth control, it's very similar to a diaphragm. So if you have any experience using a diaphragm, then it should be easy for you to use the Instead. But if you don't have experience using the diaphragm, then it might be something that you need to work with and get used to. And I'll be honest with you, in the beginning, when you're just learning how to use it, especially if you're someone like me who has a heavy flow, it can be messy. So I want to prepare you for that in advance. It can be messy. You cannot be afraid to touch any type of blood, which I can't imagine that you would be if you have a cycle every month. Maybe you do want to get some gloves, because you will need to insert your finger into your vagina to get it in and also to get it out. Now, getting it out is where, getting it in is the easy part. Getting it out is where you might encounter some challenges. So depending on how your body is shaped down there, every woman is different. It has some different issues going on down there. But depending how your body is, it could be easy or it could be more challenging to remove when it's time. The box will tell you that you could wear this cup for up to 12 hours. So basically they'll say it's an all-day cup. However, if you have a heavy flow, don't expect that you will be able to wear Instead for 12 hours. And you'll learn what works for you in your body. I've learned what works for me in my body in order to avoid leakages and things like that. Now let me address the issue of leakages. Leakages with an Instead can be a disaster. So it's not like using a pad where basically, the flow has been leaving your body the entire time and the pad is already on the outside catching your flow, and then you might develop, some spotting which occurs outside of your pad. You have to remember, this Instead has been catching the blood inside your body. So if you have a leakage, do you see the volume that's available in this thing? Yeah. And I'll tell you, I've used a number of different types of pads. There is no pad. I know you see the commercials where the person's pouring the little blue liquid and it shows you how fast the pad can absorb the liquid. Well, I have yet to encounter the pad that can immediately absorb the leakage from an Instead. Not pretty. Don't want it to happen. So, sneezing. Sneezing can be a big problem when wearing Instead. Be very careful. Beware. That's all I want to say. Beware. Sneezing, coughing, laughing, anything that's going to put a lot of pressure on your pelvic area can definitely cause this baby to overflow, and that's never a pretty situation. It's not a pretty situation when it happens. So you want to be very careful. Learn when it's time to remove it. Again, it's not flushable, so you have to be prepared. Again, learn how to manage your surroundings, learn how to manage yourself during this time of the month, okay? So